Hello, my name is Allison DeWonker, and I am currently an undergraduate student here at the University of Guelph. I would like to welcome you to the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences convocation ceremony this morning. The University of Guelph is honored by our graduands, and we take great pride in this convocation. I'd like to tell you a little about the proceedings today. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees have evolved over a millennium, and the gowns and hoods represent that history. In general, the gowns for the baccalaureate and magisteriate degrees are black, and the color of the hood is different for each degree program. The doctorates at the University of Guelph have a bright blue gown, and the honorary degrees are an even brighter color. The University of Guelph crest, that you can see on the curtains behind me, and shown on the cover of the convocation program, also represents our specific history. The emblems in the crest show links to the royal city of Guelph through the white stallion above, the connection to liberal arts through the book, to the sciences through the astrolabe, and our connection to abundance and agriculture through the cornucopia. The University of Guelph motto, Rerum cognoscere causis, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to be either, happy is the one who is able to ascertain the meaning of things, or perhaps to know the meaning of things. The procession of people into the hall is also influenced by ancient tradition. The piper will herald the start of the procession of graduands, the students who are coming to graduate today. This will be followed by the arrival of the mace, leading the platform party. The mace is a symbol of authority of the university and will be carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, a beadle was chosen by the instructor to work as an assistant. Today, the beadle is the ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and mace, the chancellor, president, members of the administration and the honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and senate, and members of faculty and staff. The degrees will be conferred in the order that you see in your program. The degrees are separated by categories representing the specific degree being awarded within the college. The name reader will present scholars to the chancellor and president by degree category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place the hood over the recipient's shoulders. This moment will be recorded on video, and technology willing, there will be a simultaneous live cast of the event to allow family members and friends to watch from a distance. The chancellor and president will greet each student at center stage, and a photograph will be taken. We understand the joy and excitement accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we ask that you hold your applause until after each group of graduates has crossed the stage. Once the degrees are conferred and cheered for, the chancellor will close the ceremony and a recessional will play. Please remain standing during the recessional until all the platform party has processed out of the hall. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs are hosting a social media program developed especially for convocation. Please share your photos, memories, and advice with graduating students by joining us on social media and using the hashtag #GuelphGrad. Finally, may I be the first person to congratulate the graduates on all of their successes and offer my congratulations to the family and friends who are here to support them. Welcome to convocation at the University of Guelph.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land, glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
We live in a country that values freedom, in a society that recognizes the dignity of every person. We live in a place of peace. We have been blessed. We have been given the opportunity to learn in a school that believes in excellence, by people of wisdom and compassion. We have been blessed. We have been supported by family, accompanied by friends, and challenged by the world around us to grow through our experiences. Let us enter this present moment with grateful hearts, mindful of what we have received, for we have a future filled with hope. We have been truly blessed. Amen.
Please be seated. Thank you. Members of the board, honorary fellows, and faculty of the university, visiting chancellor from the University of Toronto, the Honorable Michael Wilson, families and friends of the graduands and graduands, welcome to the celebration of convocation at the University of Guelph. My name is Franco Vaccarino, and I have the honor of serving as the president and vice chancellor of this great university. And I'm privileged today to welcome you to convocation. Let me also extend a particular welcome to this morning's special guest, Mary Deacon, who will receive an honorary Doctor of Laws degree. She'll be introduced to you formally in a moment. As we begin today's convocation ceremony, let me offer a few congratulatory remarks. First off, graduands, this is your big day. You've worked hard, you've persevered, and you've made it. Well done, well deserved. Now, before we go on, graduands, there's a group of individuals here who I'm sure you'd agree deserve your special attention, and they are those family members and friends who have supported you from the sidelines throughout your time at Guelph. So this is an opportunity for you to say thank you to your family and friends as we move forward. Thank you. Now, in preparing this welcome, I reflected on the address I gave at my installation as President and Vice Chancellor last fall. A central part of my message then was about how this university has prepared you, our graduates, for this very moment and for the years that will follow. So let me share with you some thoughts from that installation speech last fall. Now, I'm an optimist by nature, and in many ways we are living through what might be remembered as one of the most exciting and important periods throughout history. Our world is marked by incredible advances, life sciences and physical sciences, in the information and communications technology area, in the sheer volume of discovery and knowledge. And through all this change, advances in the social sciences, the arts, and the humanities, they test our belief systems. They challenge our constructs against new and evolving societal contexts. We're also seeing isolated disciplines and subject matter coming together in fresh and exciting ways, like music and computer technology, healthcare and robotic engineering, materials science and agriculture. More and more, these connections make knowledge more accessible and abundant. They also effectively shrink the gap between the generation of knowledge and the application of knowledge. In our fast-paced and interconnected world, the distance narrows between today and tomorrow. And that, graduates, presents challenges and opportunities for you and for all of us. So what are the human attributes that will allow us to thrive in such dynamic times? Well, I believe they include the ability as individuals and as a university for us to adapt and to readapt in healthy ways to uncertainty and change. And by adaptation, I don't mean passive habituation. I'm referring to the act of very consciously and deliberately redefining ourselves based on what is going on around us. When faced with change, people adapt. Sometimes we adapt in healthy ways, and sometimes we adapt in less than healthy ways. The opportunity for you, our graduates, is to adapt to change in healthy ways, to undertake thoughtful analysis that will help you find the upside of uncertainty and change. This provides hope, it provides inspiration, and it provides discovery. It's about taking uncertainty and change and turning it into something special. Now, you've spent the past few years of your lives studying and learning here at the University of Guelph. An important part of our mission as a university has been to provide our students, you, our graduates, with the tools to successfully adapt and navigate through the complexities and dynamics of modern society. We've tried to help instill an ability to adapt to, and indeed I would say to thrive, in tomorrow's ever-changing world. Your experiences at the University of Guelph have prepared you for this new world. In your years here, you've had the opportunity to learn, to witness world-renowned breakthroughs, and also to grow personally. And what you've learned here goes beyond the teaching of subject matter strictly. And it goes towards the process of learning to learn, adaptation, and creativity. As successful graduates, many of you will blend knowledge. You'll mix and match ideas from separate disciplines. Your years at Guelph have given you the analytical and the creative skills to apply that knowledge in innovative ways. So as you enter this exciting next stage of your lives, I encourage you to draw on all your University of Guelph experiences as learners and also as members of a very special community, and to bring the very best you have to offer to every experience. Embrace the opportunities that arrive, look to create your own opportunities, dare to dream, and to reach for a higher sense of purpose, and find new and fresh ways to take what you have learned here to engage with and make a difference in your world. So thank you, and once again, congratulations. Now, today, I have the added privilege of introducing to you our honorary degree recipient. Mr. Chancellor, on the recommendation of the Senate of the University of Guelph, it is a great honor to present to you the candidate, Mary Deacon, for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Advancing the cause for mental health has become Mary Deacon's life work. Her contributions to fundraising, community building, and to fundamentally changing the way Canadians view mental health are unprecedented. Mary and her family experienced firsthand the tragedy of mental illness. Mary, however, turned her tragedy into a commitment to mental health awareness and to ensuring that these invisible illnesses and their impacts become a part of a national conversation. As President and Chief Executive Officer of the Center for Addiction and Mental Health Foundation, Mary presided over a period of transformational growth in philanthropic and public support. Mary's passion drove her to challenge philanthropic fundamentals of mental health and allowed her to change the way in which the government, the healthcare system, and the corporate community responded to these issues. She helped create a profound shift in the public profile of mental health and has truly impacted many lives in a lasting and positive manner. The Transforming Lives Anti-Stigma Awareness campaign, which Mary led, caused a remarkable shift in mental health awareness. Supported by a number of prominent people in Canada, the campaign challenged perceptions about these illnesses and instilled an incredible sense of pride in staff and volunteers working in this field. Based on her successes, Mary was recruited to create the Bell Let's Talk program, and I'm sure many of you have seen pieces of that. The Bell Let's Talk program, which has become Canada's largest and most highly regarded corporate social responsibility initiative for mental health. Her careful and sensitive stewardship of Bell's philanthropic investments have provided support for mental health organizations large and small from coast to coast. Mr. Chancellor, it is my honor to request that you confer upon Mary Deakin the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
By the authority of the Senate of the University of Guelph, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws. Congratulations. I am pleased to invite Dr. Mary Deakin to now give the convocation address.
Chancellor Mirvish, President Vaccarino, members of the Board of Governors, deans, faculty, my family and friends, and of course, today's graduates. I am deeply moved to receive the honorary doctorate from my alma mater. And I would like to thank the University of Guelph for this very special honor. I'd like to start, though, by congratulating all of the graduates for earning your place here today, for joining the ranks of alumni who have changed and continue to change the world for the better. I am here today because of the challenges I have faced in my life, or more accurately, the unexpected tragedies that sent me in an unexpected direction. I lost my two brothers, David and Ted, and a first cousin, Susan, to depression and suicide. These events changed the trajectory of my life and, as my husband is wont to say, turned me into the mental health do-gooder I am today. Now, I have no doubt you know many people who struggle with mental health issues, because the fact is at least 1 in 5 will experience a mental health issue. That means that 1 in 5 of us here today will experience a mental health issue, which means we are all touched, either directly or indirectly, through a friend, a coworker, or a loved one. But it is also a fact that 2/3 of those who need help will never seek treatment because of fear of stigma and discrimination. 2/3. Now imagine 2/3 of people with heart disease never receiving the treatment they need. Imagine 2/3 of people with diabetes never having access to the insulin that could save their lives. And imagine 2/3 of people needing a wheelchair, having to wait a year or more to receive one. Well, that's what happens to people with mental health issues. And to me, this is simply unacceptable, and it must change. Helping to move mental health forward in Canada is my life's work. As President Vaccarino said, I headed up the Centre for Addiction and Mental Health Foundation for almost a decade, which is where I first met your president, President Vaccarino, and where I also met the Honorable Michael Wilson, my nominator, who is also Chancellor of the University of Toronto and has a really fabulous Harry Potter-esque gown. Michael, thank you so much for being here today. And since 2010, I have had the most fantastic privilege of leading the Bell Let's Talk Mental Health Initiative, the largest corporate commitment to mental health ever in Canadian history. Hopefully, you will have heard of Bell Let's Talk Day, which takes place late January or early February each year. You may have seen Clara Hughes, one of Canada's most accomplished Olympians, or Howie Mandel, an internationally recognized comedian and actor, talking about their own personal experiences with mental illness. Now, why is talking so important? Talking is important because it is the first step in eradicating stigma, in letting people know that they are not alone, and in making it easier to reach out for help and support. Now, by this time, you all know, as my husband says, you can now really believe that I really am truly a mental health do-gooder. And I'm really passionate about mental health. But the reason I'm telling you all of this is because when I came to Guelph to study, I did not plan to get a degree in mental health do-gooderism. I don't think that's been invented yet. I really thought my story would be a very different one. I came to Guelph to become a vet. However, after dissecting my first fetal pig, which in my youthful wisdom I kept in the refrigerator of my apartment on Water Street, which was a really bad and very smelly mistake, I realized I would never be a vet. Now, today I could not be further from being a vet, and yet I am fulfilled and happy and contributing to the world in a way that is really important to me. Dreams change, goals change, life happens. And I learned that while there is indeed a core curriculum for university, there is definitely no core curriculum for life. Life is about making choices, using your judgment, guided by experience, and acting with compassion and generosity of spirit, and working through life's challenges. And there are a lot of people everywhere experiencing very tough challenges, including far too many people with mental health issues who feel alone and lonely and feel that they are weak when really they are sick. We see them in our classrooms, our workplaces, and we see them sleeping in our streets. And so I am asking you, in the name of that compassion and generosity of spirit, the next time you see someone who may be struggling, don't judge them, don't dismiss them or laugh at them, don't cross the street to avoid them. Instead, say hello, be kind, listen, and be a friend. In addition to all of the important and great things I know you will all do in your lives, I hope you will include among them helping to eradicate the stigma surrounding mental illness. It could make the world of difference. It could change a life, and it could perhaps even help save a life. In closing, I would again like to thank the University of Guelph for honoring me in this very special way, and to my family and friends for sharing in this special moment with me. And to today's graduates, I am filled with hope and with confidence in your ability to change the world for the better. Congratulations to all of you as you begin the next chapter of your lives. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Deacon, for reminding us of the importance of compassion and in reminding also our graduates today of the importance of following the deep things that are inside of them and to connect with others around them. So thank you. Well, graduates, this is your moment. So would the graduate class please rise? Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph, that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I hereby accept you for admission to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto.
Thank you. Now will the graduating class please be seated?
Good morning, graduates, and proud family and friends of the graduates. I'm sure you'll be excited, perhaps a little relieved, maybe even amazed to see that your graduate walk across the stage this morning. You may want to even express some vocal support, a positive screech. Please feel free to do that, but what I will ask, because we have a number of students in our program today, let's please hold our collective applause until each of the graduating classes has been announced, and then we'll join together. Thank you very much for that. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences that they may be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science Honors Program. Samuel Richard Boyd. Brianne Michelle Cheeseman. Ariana Couson. Terry Lynn Druiff. Victoria Elizabeth Goodman with distinction. Christine Gordon. Allison Catherine Jex with distinction. Laura Allison Jones. Jocelyn Suzanne Potts. Emily Elizabeth Rachotte. Amy Catherine Warren with distinction. Katrina Marie Weaver. Laura Ann Wilson. Please join me in congratulating these scholars. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences that they may be admitted to the degree Bachelor of Arts Honors Program. Stephanie Nicole Allen with distinction. Christina Elizabeth Ann Armstrong with distinction. Olga Claudia Banda Marin. Hannah Claire Emily Beauchamp. Emily Bennett with distinction. Alana Rose Bernard with distinction. Alexandra Margarita Blake. Kevin Salvador Bonilla. Chanel Brown. Rebecca Bruce. Sarah Catherine Brunton. Jesslyn Buckingham with distinction. Michelle Ashley Button. Rebecca Lynn Copeland. Graham Cornford. Mary Ellen Louise Cotter. Kelsey Coughlin with distinction. Chloe Ann Craig. Daniel Cuzzolino. Julian Ferguson DeCambra. Amy Joy Doust with distinction. Mitch Dario. Courtney Joy Davison with distinction. Ashley Marie D'Souza. Monica Dizio. Sarah Jane Ashley Duerwald. Ariel Irit Dreyer with distinction. Robert James Paul Edwards. Patricia Ellerson. Catherine Fergus. Devin Alexander Daniel Fernandez. Heidi Onata Fisher with distinction. Rachel Ann Jean Fulford. Melanie Laura Canadero. Stephanie Mary Jean Geller with distinction. Brittany Ann Gilbreth. Laura Elizabeth Goucher. Nicole Julia Goby. Ilana Goldsmith with distinction. Jesse Carly Gorski. Matthew Martin Gubbles. Michael Jeffrey Hargrave. Allison Mary Henwood. Natalie Hope with distinction. Jennifer Catherine Horvath with distinction. Marta Janaszewska. Raquel Joshua. Allison Kaufman. Samantha Cronfly. Elizabeth Ann Lee. Lindsay Catherine McKinnon. Jessica Joanne Adele McLeod. Caitlin Dawn Macon Peters. Amy Jean Mann. Jessica Hunter Marshall. Vanessa Martini with distinction. Natasha Louise May with distinction. Catherine Ray McCauley with distinction. This is a very well-behaved crowd today. It must be the rain. Catherine Helen McIntyre. Catherine Brittany McLaughlin with distinction. Harriet Melvin. Christina Milkovich. Laura Mills with distinction. Christine Molker with distinction. Kayla Janelle Maloney. Courtney Marina Morley. Alexandra Mosher with distinction. Thank you. Pamela Smith Munhun. At last, I was becoming to despair. Danielle Nirenberg. Alyssa Mary Nevels. Aiken Ober with distinction. Antonia Pavel. Allison Nicole Penn. Chantel Angelina Pomerleau with distinction. Dominique Marie Reed. Jamie Melissa Reed. Connor Egan Renolf. Jenna Lynn Ricard with distinction. Sandra Leanna Riedmuller with distinction. Jordan Sarah Rigby. Nicole Robertson. David Rossetti. Megan Kristen Rutherford with distinction. Sarah Nicole Rutnia. Patrick Sawicki with distinction. Dermot Smith with distinction. Jacqueline Frida Spector. Brianna Joy Stulp. Mariah Thomas. Megan Tordoff. Mary Margaret Trotter. Rianne Marie Trottier. Lana Margaret Vedilago. Catherine Grace Walmsley with distinction. Shelby Grace Wilding. Azim Zadi. Caitlin Drew Zarin. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences that they may be admitted to the degree Bachelor of Arts General program. Matthew James Brandidis. Alicia Ellen Cahoon. Taylor Mariana Cesarin. Angie Vanessa Funmer. Alyssa Faulkner. Morgan Nicole Goulet. Crystal Amber Hall. Tyler Hewlett. Diana Karpinski. Navin Tiwari Kasoon with distinction. Lisa Lee. Julia Victoria Malajinsky. Paul Manchisi. Isabel Joy Margetts. Kristen McElkrin. Sorry about that, Kristen. Brittany McKay. Summer Medinsky. Rachel Ann Mensfeld. Thanks. Ryan Douglas Monk. Natalie Jenica Przyselski. Christina Pohl. Aaron Potts. Sarah Aurelia Rath. Adam Christopher George Thomas. Conley Kate Tranter. Joy Sylvia Wicks. Craig Philip Williams. Heather Ann Wolfe. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating these scholars. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you these scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Science that they may be admitted to the degree Bachelor of Science honors program. Krista Marie Bullock. Stephanie Alexandra Delicio, with distinction. Mazen El-Baba, with distinction. Yalan Shohet, with distinction. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating these scholars.
I would ask you to confer the various and several degrees on the graduates listed in the program but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduates not present.
Well, graduates, you did it. Well done. Congratulations. Well, we're all very proud of your accomplishments here at the University of Guelph, and certainly are interested to continue to see how the foundations that you've developed here as a student will support you in the future. We want to celebrate your achievements and your successes and hope you'll stay in touch. Remember that you're always welcome here, and as you can imagine, you're a student for a short time, but you're a Griffin forever, so keep that in mind. Following convocation, John Smithers, our Dean of the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences, will host a reception for all graduates and their guests in Creelman Hall. And this really is an opportunity to congratulate the graduates, and we hope you can, some of you can arrange to attend. Now, a little bit of housekeeping. Once you've taken all the photographs, graduates, please return your gowns and hoods to the tent outside. Sometimes there's a tendency of just keep moving with your gown and hood, but make a detour and return the gown and hoods, please, to the tent outside. We host 21 convocation ceremonies this week, and waiting outside is the next group of families eager to see their graduates cross stage. So if you would please exit through the doors at the front of the hall, and in this case that means this end, these two doors at the end of the hallway here, we'll be able to prepare the hall for the next group. So again, thank you very much, and we get the final word is given to our Chancellor.
Convocation is dismissed.